Good morning, everybody. It's Matt with REenergize. It's October. It's inspection day on this job. This is a pretty cool system. This is a 29 kW 67 panel system on the roof, coupled with a 54 kilowatt hour storage system. So a lot of storage, a lot of solar. That is 2 Powerwall 3s, 2 expansion packs. That is a little concrete pad that we pour for these bigger battery installs, and pretty neat system. This is what they call their Gateway 3. So previously you had the utility meter, the main service panel, and that went and fed the sub panel in the house. What we do in these installs is we do what we call an intercept. So this panel, this gateway, now becomes first point of disconnecting means. So we go from the meter to this. There's the new main for the house. There are the 2 breakers from the 2 power walls. And then that feeds back into the panel, back into all the loads in the house. So that does a couple of things. The Gateway 3 here is the interconnection where the solar interconnects. But more importantly, it is also the backup switch for the whole house. So in the event of an outage, the grid will get disconnected right here, and those 2 Powerwall 3s with their 2 interconnections will power everything behind it, which is basically the whole house. So when you double up the Powerwall 3s, you basically have 120 amps of backup capacity, which is pretty cool. And then that's an awful lot of storage. Again, 54 kilowatt hours. So plenty enough to run the whole house, plenty enough for time of use, all that kind of good stuff. And I will shoot a little bit of footage from the roof so you can see what that looks like as well. A little more detail on these Powerwall 3s and how they actually work. On a system like this, we're actually bringing DC down off of the roof in these 2 conduits. And the Powerwall 3 is 2 components inside. So it's a 11.4 kW inverter that converts DC to AC, and it's also the DC storage component, the 13.5 kilowatt hours of storage. So what that means and why it's important is the solar energy from the roof, which is produced in DC, comes directly down and is stored in the battery. So there's 0 losses with that, which is great. So the inversion only happens one time when you convert either from the roof to AC to use or from the battery into the inverter to use. So it's pretty darn efficient. And then behind that are the DC expansion packs. So that's an additional 13.5 kilowatt hours of energy in DC without the inverter. So that pancakes onto the Powerwall itself, uses this little cable, which is super efficient because then you're just leveraging the existing inverter from the Powerwall 3 itself. So a little more detail for you on kind of how that works. So there are no kind of micro inverters or anything up on the roof. This is coming down directly in direct current in a system like this. So here's that rooftop. Said this is just a big ranch house. 67 panels up there. We've covered a lot of that roof in panels, and beautiful view out here. So that's it. It's turned on, ready to go, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.